I will interject here. No, you know what? No, never mind. I'm not.
Born on the 6th of July, everybody. Welcome to Zero Hits Points. Again, how do you pronounce it?
You're fine.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm Ryan Miller. He's...
I got both my legs, and I'm not
He's
Tom
got both
Cruise.
his legs. Matt Amberg. That's actually a pretty good one.
Thanks. It's not a lie.
It's not even close. If anything, you have more than both of your legs.
I don't know what that means, but that sounded...
How do you trick me into this? I didn't...
It's...
This was the plan from the beginning.
Number one, boner jokes. Welcome to our podcast. Oh, yeah.
Number two jokes.
That's... We try not to do those.
We have a modicum of respect.
Yeah.
For number two. Woo! Hey, so do you still want to do this a little more rapido than normal for your appointment today, or are we at a normal pace?
We can be at a normal pace, but rapido would be better.
Okay.
Mostly because
Why?
Because I didn't get to play games like at all this weekend.
Well, but if I understand correctly, you have somewhere you need to be that if you explain will roll me right into the show, right?
Oh, so you want me to look at this? See, this is a little inside baseball now. You guys want to see how we
too inside almost
how we come up with these segues. See what Ryan's asking for right now.
Don't.
He wants me to talk about this thing that I'm going to go to tonight because it makes his life so much easier. He doesn't have to try and figure out a way to just spring it on the viewer. So here, let me make this so easy on you, Ryan, you lazy podcast host.
It's already so easy.
I am very excited because after we record this and I play some games, I'm heading over to Red Rocks to see the flight of the Conchords.
Oh, the flight of the Conchords, you say?
I do. Have you heard of them?
Crazy thing.
Okay.
I saw them on Friday.
But did they see you?
My seats weren't as good as Comedy Bang Bang. Like I actually ended up kind of getting into which this is a new thing, right? Rolling we're three deep now. This is how I roll.
I don't know how to get any deeper.
It's thoughts piling on top of each other. Do all shows do this now, where there's like a promotional ticket sale period, or what do they call that? Preview sales or
pre-sales
pre-sale. That's it. I knew there was something.
Yeah, you were very close.
They go on pre-sale, and if you have the password, you can get pre-sale tickets early. And usually, it's like the entertainer will give out the password, or sometimes the venue. I don't know how.
Yeah, it just depends.
I guess it's like an extra prize for anybody that's actually on the ball, and not the people who are like, I should buy tickets to this show at some point. Oh, I'm 10 rows back. No, wait, actually, that's not a good example, because I was 10 rows back.
You were.
When the tickets went on pre-sale for Fly the Conchords, I was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking about going to that. I didn't have the password, so I went and looked. I can't even remember where I looked now, but I looked.
www.internet.org.
Yeah, no, you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And somebody had said, oh, well, it was a pre-sale for some other venue or something. And they were like, this is the password. So I was like, oh, I'll try that password, see if it works. It worked. But it wasn't as quick as Comedy Bang. So I was 10 rows back. I posted a picture, you can see. It wasn't horrible. Like, I could still see them real good. Like, it was still real good
horrible.
seats.
You're 10 rows back. Not horrible.
Well, this was at the Santa Barbara Bowl, which is one of the weirdest venues. Now, let's just go deeper inside baseball.
Take me
inside baseball.
With Matt and Ryan.
It's literally in the middle. Like, Santa Barbara's it's a really kind of quaint town. This is Southern California too, until you get to like LA or whatever. Like, Santa Barbara doesn't want to be LA so bad that they have like community like ordinances that limit the size. Like there's still not a Walmart in Santa Barbara. How about that? That should give you a perfect idea.
Yeah.
No Walmart in Santa Barbara.
Good job, Santa Barbara. Stay local.
The bowl is crazy. It's the same thing. Like you drive into like the middle of a neighborhood, and there's this super small building. It looks like a community center or something. And you walk past that, you get tickets and then bracelets, and then everything is kind of rebuilt. Like this has been around for like 100 years, so it's recently newer. Like it looks good. They keep it up. They've done some work to it. But then you walk up this big old hill, and then you get to this giant outdoor venue. And I was 10 rows back in a giant outdoor venue. So still, there was a lot more than Comedy Bang Bang. Anyways, show was great. I don't want to think we have to talk about it too much anyways, because we'll probably talk about it more when you get back and we can trade stories.
Yeah, I think we're 12 rows back in an outdoor venue.
Okay. I'm wondering now about the outdoor, because I looked that up to see who you were getting, because I did not know I was getting Dimitri Martin as an opener.
So jealous of that.
And he did really well. He did real cool. Like
I love that guy. I think that guy's hilarious.
I don't know if I talked about this, but I went on kind of a stand-up trip. Like unbeknownst to me, Netflix has gone kind of crazy with their stand-up specials. Like there's a ton on there, and I watched a ton. So I was a little bit more up on Dimitri Martin's material than I probably could have been to enjoy the show. Like I recognized some of the jokes and stuff like that. But even then, that's interesting. He did lots of good crowd work and even called it out. There were some babies in the crowd that he had some good infant jokes for.
Stupid babies.
He's like, how old's the baby? 3 months. No, that's probably perfect for a concert. That's 2 months. I was gonna be like, no, that's
a little young, but now you're somewhat developed.
So real great. You're getting. I looked up your venue.
Yeah.
David O'Doherty.
Yeah, I have not looked him up. We're just gonna go and be surprised.
I recognize his face.
I don't recognize anything. I have that disease though, where that condition where I don't recognize things.
Face disease. No.
Yeah, I have one. It just keeps growing on me. I try and take it off, and it comes back. It's like a giant scab. My face is a scab.
By which you mean your original face went on strike. This is the only face you could get to take its place while that was happening. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and it's still on strike. It's like, I'm way too good looking for that body. We've gotta figure this out. This is just not working for me, Faye. No.
So we'll trade actual Flight of the Conchords stories when you get back. I will say, not a bomb in the bunch. There was one song. Keep an eye out for this song. I want to hear your opinion on it, because see if you'll know which one it was. Starts out a little slow. You're like, I don't know if I quite get this. And then like it completely turns itself around within the last, like, I want to say 3 to 5 minutes of it. No, probably 5 minutes. It was it's a story. But
okay.
Yeah, towards the end you're like, okay, this just went from weird to great, and this is fantastic. It's a good show. You're gonna like it.
I can't wait to love it.
Did you watch any movies? That's what the other thing that we can talk about.
We watched American Ultra again. I talked about this months ago when I watched it on a flight. Beth hadn't seen it. She actually really liked it. So
okay.
I was kind of
so this was hey, check this out, wife.
It was more of a she said, I haven't seen that and I still want to. So that's what we watched on 4th of July, which makes sense because that movie does have fireworks in it.
No, perfect. There you go.
That's and I also watched this horror flick called Hush.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, that was a good little flick. It's a home invasion movie, but the twist to this one is the main character is a deaf mute, which makes it seem like this should be a simple game of cat and mouse, which it is. Except in this case, is the cat the killer or the deaf mute? You don't know. But it really, very, very strong flick. Actually, it was really, it was a good movie. It had a bunch of tense moments.
The victim is like the one that's supposedly getting chased is the deaf and mute. And
she is deaf and mute. Yes.
And okay.
And she is definitely being
that
chased.
Interesting.
It's not a question. It just becomes a question maybe later on, or is it a question later on? Maybe I'm just throwing.
I get a feeling it's a question later on.
It's not.
From the way.
It's
Okay.
not.
Okay. You got me.
Yeah, no, I did. See, I got you believing it was, but it's actually not. It's a very straightforward movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, yeah. It actually is though. It was a strong horror flick, and the whole deaf the way she plays off being deaf. She clearly knows sign language. There's a bunch of it used in the movie, and it's good. It's totally worth it if you like a good horror flick.
Cool.
I know
I'm in. I'll put it on my list of horror flicks that you say I should watch now.
Yeah, it's the home invasion thing. It could be touchy for some people.
Nope.
No, you support it. You're like, yeah, invade my home, come to my house, purge.
Yeah, my wife's been gone for 3 weeks. Come on,
purge my house.
Anybody, at this point. Yeah, I'll make dinner. I don't care.
Just go on.
Bring your knives. I'll use them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? We'll both use them.
If you're gonna be late, maybe it won't be like heavy like lasagna, but we can work something.
I'm open, flexible.
Yeah, maybe taquitos, something that's quick in the oven, but you can have a conversation while it's baking.
Speaking of taquitos,
tell me more.
I've taught my children that they are pronounced taquitos, and that is now how they think that word is.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think you should take them to south of the border, and by that I don't mean Taco Bell.
If you are a parent and not availing yourself of the opportunity to teach small people the complete, like not like actual real life wrong things to where they're going to be stupid and bad when they grow up. But if you're not,
so glad you drew that line in the sand.
You gotta. But if you're not taking the chance, I had a friend once that was, you go through all the animals like, oh, what is this? The cow goes moo, and then they would get to the bunny, and of course it's like,
what sound does a bunny make?
The bunny makes. So he taught them that a bunny goes. So every time they got to the bunny, that's what he said. That this is the stuff. Okay, Hush.
My favorite one. She believed it for the longest time too. I had that all too critical moment of a child asking me, "Why do I have a belly button? What is my belly button for?" And I was so excited to be able to say, "Oh, well, your belly button is a screw. It holds your butt on. You unscrew your belly button, your butt will fall right off."
That's pretty good.
For the longest time, my daughter thought, she was like, belly buttons holding your butt up. She was like the real hero here is not your belt.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, this is parenting. Any
That's
movies
good.
besides Hush, sir? You spring a leak?
No, this is very windy inside of me.
Ain't that the truth?
Not a fart joke.
Isn't it? Number 2.
I had another movie, but now I don't want to talk about it.
Well, let's hear it.
No, it's called The Happening. Wind. No. No.
I got 2 that you want to talk about anyways. I upped my cravings.
Yeah, you got one that I don't want to talk about at all.
But no, actually I didn't get that one yet. We will not don't talk about that one next week.
Okay.
Scream 1 and Scream 2.
Yay!
Which come in a row, I was happy to.
Which, by the way, I think you mean Scream 1 and Scream also with Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, yeah. No, it's...
Good old Gerald.
It's hard to say which one of those is better. I mean, Scream 1 probably...
I like them both for very different reasons because they are very different. They're very different versions in the genre. Like it's kind of that. It's what I kind of love about that series is that while on the surface they seem like very simple. Oh, they're just moving where it's taking place. they're really changing what type of movie it becomes.
It's Scream the college years.
Well, kind of, yeah, but it becomes, you know, instead of it just being a straight up slasher, it does turn into like a cops and robbers thing, and it turns in like it does evolve, you know.
Right.
But continue.
No, you're like, it's funny because I really thought that New Nightmare was kind of a proto Scream, like it's so self-referential like Scream. I felt that Craven got his taste there and was like, okay, I'm gonna go do Scream, but I guess he didn't even write Scream. I guess
it was Aaron Kruger.
No, well, now do you really want to know, or should we just keep going with it?
It's not Aaron Kruger. It's what is the guy's name?
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that's close.
Kevin Williamson.
He
did another Craven that's coming up, but I think I want to say Cursed or something like that. But he did like the I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah,
he was the dude that kind of
he brought that teenage slasher movie back.
Yes, that's the guy. So I guess, I mean, not that really lessens the movie or Craven at all, because it's a perfect, like he's the perfect director for it. So it's all in line anyways. But yeah, really good movies.
Originally titled Scary Movie.
Yeah, that I can see.
Not as good as the original Scary Movie, but pretty good.
No, not even. Yeah, that would have been. Imagine if when you talked about Scary Movie now, you meant Scream.
But then when I talked about Scream, I was talking about Scary. Either way, Scary Movie.
Yeah, what would Scary Movie then be called?
Super better.
Weigh-ins out there.
I'm gonna get you, horror movie.
That's good. That's better. A reference to I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Starring Keenan Ivory Wayans. The eldest.
The ivoriest.
The ivoriest of the eldest.
Of the Wayans. That's not even true. There's probably one that's a little... Hey, so I don't know what those are really good movies. What else? What are you gonna say? Like they're all they turned a lot of things on its head. Like there's a bunch of knowns in the stories, you know, like the whole, everything's brilliant. The openers, like the Drew Barrymore one on one, and then the movie intro on two, like they're almost, they're great.
The intro to that first one, I've mentioned it before. I argue it's arguably to me one of the best horror movie intros in the history of the genre.
It's fantastic. That's all right.
Like, and a whole chunk of that does fall back on the fact that at that point people still knew who Drew Barrymore was, but she had not been in the public eye. She hadn't really had her
resurgence or anything. Yeah.
This brought that on for her, 3 minutes of screen time.
It goes longer than you think, but yeah,
maybe it's 5-10 minutes
comparatively. It's
because there's all that stuff with the boyfriend on the terrace and everything. Yeah. So I guess it's about 10 minutes, but still great, a fantastic intro. And I agree. I think all the intros are interesting. I think that one was definitely I don't think they've ever topped that one, but
it's been also so long. I know for sure I saw Scream 1, but it had been long enough that I forgot who the killers were. So that was fun. And then Scream 2, I don't know if I've ever seen, and I've definitely never seen 3 and 4. So it's going to be a fun trip. I think next is actually the one that I've started. Music of the Heart is the next one. The next Craven directed
such a
movie.
Weird one.
Well, it's from what I understand, not a weird one. It's just a normal one, right? I don't know. I went 5 minutes into it, and then I called my wife, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to watch this movie? Because I'm gonna watch it." Like I don't give in to the romantic beguilings of my wife. No, I don't watch a lot of her types of movies. She loves 2 types of movies. She likes 3 types of movies. We've talked about one before. She's very into the period piece.
The first type of movie is the 3 types of movies.
Yes. Like the Downton Abbey stuff. Your wife totally loves that stuff.
Yeah.
The other is just normal kind of lovey-dovey. I'm not against some romantic stuff. Like, I've been entertained by those movies before.
Love Actually, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, pretty much anything starring Andy McDowell.
Probably.
Or Hugh Grant.
Yeah, just any. I'm just a girl standing
in the world
in front of a boy.
Yeah, that's a multiplicity, right? Got that.
And then, and this is the one I cannot this is fine because she like Naked Gun movies are this to her. She can't sit through a Naked Gun movie. She's like, that's great. You know, that's
no, it is great.
That's real funny. Look at this.
No, it is really funny.
These Naked Gun movies are the embodiment of whenever I say a joke. She's like, oh yeah, that's funny. You got it. That's good job. But so her favorite movies for me that I cannot tolerate, her Naked Guns, if you will. She freaking loves old Disney movies like Pollyanna. Yeah, A Parent Trap I can abide a little bit more, but like these things I've never heard of too. Moon Spinners.
The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
Probably.
It's a good one. You know who stars?
Ghost of McChicken has Don Knotts at least, so I guess.
Do you know who the star of The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes is?
I don't, but I do. Kirk Cameron.
That was the one in the 80s. That was a remake.
Was that the one? Was it really? Wow. Yeah. Okay. Haley.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. No, that was good. Good build and just.
No, I think it was Kurt Russell actually.
Oh.
In like 1974 or something.
Don't give if it was Kurt Russell, you don't think it was Kurt Russell. You know, don't you? I'm calling. Yeah, I got you on that. But she loves those, and that won't happen. Where are we going with this? I don't know.
Because you watch movies.
Scream is a good movie. We'll talk about Music of the Heart next week. That's the next Craven I'm up to.
So, really good double feature.
It. So I called her and said, "Hey, I'm actually going to watch one of these movies.
That's it.
Would you like me to wait until we can watch it together?" And she comes home on Thursday, so we will do that.
So, good double feature for that flick is
Music of the Heart.
Yeah, is Mr. Holland's Opus actually great follow up.
Okay,
and
are they related somehow? Like how was it?
Yeah, they're musical. They're both musical. They're just really fantastic films. They're just both really
Music of the Heart is a musical.
No. They both involve music.
Okay, I got you. All right.
No.
I was about to get real weird. I was about to understand what you were talking about.
But Mr. Holland's Opus, if you've never seen that, it's just a tremendous movie.
I don't know if I have actually.
It is the less intense kind of and less focused version of Whiplash. Instead it's Richard Dreyfuss as
Have you seen Whiplash yet?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen all of it.
Don't talk to me.
I will never talk to you.
Whiplash.
But Richard Dreyfuss is in it as a high school teacher who wants to write a symphony, and it's like the trials and tribulations
opus, if you will,
of him trying to keep music alive in schools and dealing with the principal and all that stuff. And then on top of that, he has a child. He has a child who's deaf. So
look at that's like prime 90s.
It's
not, I don't want to say tearjerker, but like heart movie.
Yeah,
it's like almost not subtle in its subtlety.
It was very clearly a, hey guys, you want to go for an Oscar? We got it right here. Let's aim for it. It is a lovely little flick though.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I actually probably should have not.
And plus, I personally, Richard Dreyfuss, man, it's hard to knock him.
He's gonna need a bigger opus.
He's every time.
Let's move right on.
Talk to me more about Hitman Go, because I came close to going online and purchasing it on my phone and playing it, but I didn't.
That's where the title comes from.
Hitman Go.
It's good, still good.
It's fine.
I'm still getting the thing about the Go games, and this is also getting me excited for the one they announced that we didn't talk about actually for E3.
Gogurt?
No, yes, Hitman Gogurt. Brilliant. No, the
one in every 75
Deus
packages
Ex Go.
is poisoned.
Yes, well that's normal though. Deus Ex Go was announced for E3. Getting excited for that. Hitman Go. The way the Go games are seeming to work is that they actually introduce new mechanics like throughout the majority of the game. So it's kind of always ramping up until the end, where the spot at the end where everything's brought in all at once is shorter than most, I would say. So I don't know. That I'm liking that of that series.
I do like it when they add new mechanics. They're like, here's Janine, here's Melvin, here's Jose, your mechanics. It's nice.
Yeah. How else are you gonna get things done?
I don't know. You need a mechanic. Everybody should have a good mechanic.
You're not wrong. Rocket League. We played some more Rocket League.
We did.
How did that go?
I like it. I am not loving the drop rate on any of the new stuff because it is non-freaking existent.
I'm wondering if they switched that up because the drop rate before was just like anytime you won, you got a new thing.
That's
like
what it felt like.
It was 1-to-1. There was no waiting for it at all. So I'm wondering if they went back and retooled some of that at all because it seems really bad for us now because we were 100% when the update came out. So now all we have is whatever this new content is, and it won't drop unless you play an online game. I've been playing hoops almost exclusively because will technically be the shortest game because it's a very lower scoring game. Like there's no replays and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if that's just us because we're at 100% or if they've...
I don't know.
It's a slow drip.
Still
Actually,
fun.
I got my painted item though. I got my last thing. I'm
look at you.
Complete again on that game.
I love that you have completed.
You know what other game I didn't technically complete, but just about pretty much might as well.
Yeah.
Have completed.
What?
So I found myself on the couch this past week.
That's where I found you too.
Yep.
Passed out.
Watching some Law and Order. Wife is still gone.
Sitting there drooling, going, Sam Waterston. Sam Waterston.
Sam Waterston is a national treasure.
Sam Waterston.
Sir.
Sam Waterston. Hitman GO. Sam Waterston.
I was playing. It was the other good thing about Law and Order is that you can do stuff on your phone while you watch that show and get just as much out of it. So I was playing some Pac-Man 256, and it hit me that this was supposed to come out on the Xbox. So I looked it up. It was already out on the Xbox. So I got up from the couch.
It was, and you
went to my Xbox,
oh.
downloaded it,
oh.
and played it for just. It was the perfect thing because I've been dragging my feet on starting a new game because I don't know why I'm taking a break between games. Perfect one because it's already been played and it's a quick fix.
It is.
It's a good game. Good.
It's a good port.
Real good port.
The controls feel solid. Actually,
weird at first,
some of the best Pac-Man controls I've had on a console actually in a long time.
Sure.
In this
game. I could go with that. It was weird at first because it does very much. If you played a bunch of it on the phone, it does. It's just a really big version of that, and it seems strange that you're playing with a controller. It was some initial shock. Also, it's a little bit simplified at first. Like it doesn't. More stuff opens up after the first game because then you're earning coins, and it's kind of a tutorialization type thing at the beginning, and then it seems a little bit more normal when it opens up because it comes with everything that game has been updated with ever. Which I was unfamiliar with because I hadn't played it in so long, but it's actually easier, I would say, even like having the controls, like not having to do the swipe thing on the phone and having your wider field of view. It seems, I would say, it's easier to get farther than on the phone.
Okay.
As evidenced by me blowing past my phone record.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts. Too bad you died like a dunce.
Yeah, it's obvious. You can see like where I should have gone real well.
That was
amazing.
You baited your death right there. That's exactly what I do. I'm like, oh look, I've done too well. Kill yourself, you idiot.
I'm afraid of success. Go.
It's good. It's good though. It's a strong port. I'm right up there with you.
And it's $4.99. I spent more on the phone version than
I never bought the phone version, so I feel good about this one.
Yeah.
But
and all of the stuff, because what you buy on the phone is like it's $8 to remove or to get in unlimited continues or one continue per life. It removes some of the monetization.
Yeah.
This $4.99 version on the Xbox, like none of that's in there anyways. So you're not waiting for your upgrades to take effect. Some of the stuff that's even still in there after you pay on the phone is not in the console version. So it's probably a better version overall, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
I like it.
Should I stop talking now? I'm on a roll.
Right.
Keep me going. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the other thing that we played together that I don't ever want to play again. What could I possibly be referring to? Destiny? Nope. Close.
I have it written down. Halo 5, Guardians, Warzone, Firefight.
Yeah, that was not fun. that was a very, very disappointing thing to engage in.
That was I want to say a rude awakening, but it's like, what is it if you're already awake?
You're woke now.
That's
what the kids say.
It's
you're fleeking woke.
Woke. What does that mean?
Look.
It's like getting hit in the face when you're already awake
with a soldering iron.
Okay. It's not what I expected.
It's not.
Is maybe a mitigating.
So let's break
positivity.
This down. So when we hear about Firefight, we kind of think of Horde mode. That's what it was, right? It was.
I loved Firefight in ODST and Reach.
Right. So Firefight was simply put, just wave after wave after wave. You die once, you're dead until the end of the round. Somebody succeeds or everybody's dead. And
you got all the medals that you could get in multiplayer. So if you never saw those things in multiplayer, this was a cool chance to see those medals. You know,
right.
the Killionaire and like all the crazy kill streaks and stuff you would never get. That was cool.
And it was great. And so with Warzone, what they did was they've made it so that it's 10 players, except it's 10 players against AI that is still a constant wave, but now you have Rex, and
I'm not even sure if it's 10 players.
Maybe it's 8. It might be 8.
Is it 8?
I think it's 8.
It lists people who've come in and dropped, I think. So it looks sometimes the readout will show more than it's.
It might be 8.
Okay.
But it's just like Warzone, except instead of having another team of Spartans to fight, you just have a ton of AI to fight.
Yeah.
And there's a ridiculous timer on it that's very, very low. The spawns put you like further away from where you need to be. The timer, this is the one that pisses me off. This is immediately, when I realized this, I was immediately annoyed with this mode. When you first start the game, you're brought in a dropship. You can't move. You can kind of look around, but you can't get up and do anything. The timer is already running.
It will be almost 30 seconds. And I'm going to say it's 5 minutes for the round.
Yeah.
Right? It is short. Yeah, it'll be like 30 seconds before you can get to where you need to be for whatever's going on. It's dumb. Just from flying in and getting
It's dumb. And then on top of that, they weighted it heavily towards requiring the rec system. You have to use those requisitions because the bad guys don't seem to really drop any guns. Very rarely.
Oh, they do, but they disappear. This is all going to come back around. Like, listen to all these weird things.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Is like okay, so they drop the guns, but you hardly ever have a chance to get to them because there are so many guys around.
And because you're freaking squishy.
And you're and that
at
was
the
the
drop
other thing.
of a freaking hat.
You are it's the exact same issue that I was having with the Legendary, where it's you're way squishier than you have been in any other Halo game. Same thing here.
Yeah, it's and
all
of these things, like you mentioned, the spawning, like it will spawn you in the middle of enemies, and this is doubly frustrating because this is how it's built out so that the respawn timer is a penalty. It goes up each round. There's only 5 rounds. Each round it increases so much to the point where if you die, it's a severe penalty to the team and you can lose for that reason. So with that in mind, it'll spawn you in the middle of enemies. It'll spawn you far away. Some of the objectives are defend. And it'll spawn the objective either spawn you far away from where you have to defend, or it'll spawn the defend at the beginning of the round far away from where you are. Like there were times where it spawned the defense objective, and by time we even could get to it, it was 50% depleted because it'll spawn the enemies on top of the defense objective.
Right.
It'll spawn enemies on top of you. It'll spawn you on top of enemies. It's freaking ridiculous.
Oh, and then of course this is one where again the rec system, you see the flaws in it where you're forced to use it. You have to update your weapons. You have to upgrade. You're going to have to go out and get some of those tanks and all that stuff. But because of those weird spawn issues, because of those things and how squishy you are, you can pop in, grab a wreck, and before you're even fully out of the thing, before you've actually even press the button to equip the weapon, there are guys that spawn on top of you and you're dead.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes too. And the enemies are infinite. Like they just keep coming. Like there's objectives, there are bosses that you need to kill, but the ads are infinite, I should say. Like it'll just keep dropping them, which is another just an amazing combination of everything I hate most in a lot of stuff. And because there's only 5 rounds, there's very little
margin
ramp
for
up.
Error.
Margin for error, but also that's why horde, the typical 50 wave horde modes, like wave 1 through 10 is kind of a get your footing, earn some money so that you can prepare for the harder waves. There's like 2 seconds of that now because it's all compacted into these 5 waves.
And even that first round, we ran into at least a couple of those where that first round was in no way.
We failed on the first round.
We didn't
the team died on the first round.
And we didn't just fail. Like it wasn't like we were super close to winning. It was we got stomped in the first round.
Yeah, it was a defense objective. I think I lost in another round one somewhere. So this is where it all comes back around, right? All this stuff seems like such confusing, at worst, a confusing design decision for me. I'm like, I don't get why they did this. At best, it's a design decision that I don't like, because I can see when you tightly compact the learning curve and the difficulty curve to 5 levels. Yeah, it's different. It's more difficult, and that's immediately off-putting for a lot of people, right? So at best that, but then for me anyways, I realized that this is all feeding back to the rec system. The rec system is a thing in Halo 5 that was built up to monetize, right? Like it's that thing in any game where you can play enough and earn enough points and buy enough recs that you can get enough cards. But the fact that system is in there at all is so that they can make money on the people who are impatient or who want the better stuff and don't mind spending money on it, right? But then, and whereas in the multiplayer, like Warzone itself is kind of off on its own and it does its own thing and it's its own mode. Like there are multiplayer modes where you can go and all the weapons are on the map. You don't have to worry about having the card or wasting the card on a losing match or something like that.
Right.
But Warzone Firefight, it seems to me, it's just all thrown into relief because all of this stuff, like the randomness of what goals, what objectives you get on which wave, because I've gone back now since, like we were so off put that we got finally got to round 5 and we're probably going to beat it.
We were definitely going to beat it. We had a sliver to go. And
we were on the mythic bosses already because round 5 will give you some legendary bosses. You kill those. The mythic guys come out and you just have to kill those guys. They were half down at least, I want to say. And we got kicked from the game.
Yeah.
And this is after, I want to say close to an hour of frustration already. So we were out by then. I've gone back since then. I've actually got my 5 wins. There's an achievement for 5 wins. But this is the thing I figured out, right? This is where this is actually completely hamstrung by the rec system, is that it all comes down to randomness of objectives on what waves. Because I find now that the waves we were actually able to win were just because we luckily got the drops, got the objectives to drop on a certain wave in a certain way, that we just mowed through the whole thing. It wasn't an issue of like I've got a create. I mean, yeah, it helps when you have people in there that know what they're doing. When you have a party that you can probably talk to, because then you can coordinate more. But then when you think about that, right, that it all depends on the randomness of the drops where you get these waves when, you figure that's all feeding back into the rec system. Again, that's all part of the curve, right? If they can give you enough times that you can get through without the cards, you're fine. You're cool. You're happy, right? It's just done in such a jerky way because the other over 50% of the time you're failing miserably because you've gotten crap drops. So you want to up your recs, right? This that's where they dig you into the ground, hoping you'll spend some money to be better at this game. It's all what it came down to me. I mean, it's still Warzone. It's more Warzone than Firefight. That's the problem, and the Warzone is tied to the rec system. There's no alternative here where you can go in and the guns are on the map as normal.
Yeah,
or you can. It's. I have to play a game on one more map and then I'll be done with that mode. It's disappointment. I'm
highly, yeah. No, I don't have any interest in going back and getting those achievements. That is not worth my time.
You're not wrong.
So, pretty much, I'm
in stores now. Halo 5.
Pretty much done with Halo 5.
Well, there's still the score attack stuff for the campaign came out. That could be better.
Okay, yeah, we can go do that garbage. That'll be fun. I'm sure we'll. That'll just piss us off.
It's good we didn't do that for the hit play though, right? Like we had entertained that idea at one point.
Man, yeah, no, and actually that was the first thing out of my mouth when we started, like when we got into it. Within probably the first 15 minutes, I was like, we're not doing a hit play of this.
Yeah, no. Hey, we played some more Overwatch. That continues to be a good game.
I still enjoy it. After the patch, I haven't touched the competitive stuff yet. The changes they've made for some of the visual stuff is fine. It's I didn't notice anything in my play as McCree. Like he feels probably better the way he's supposed to feel, I guess. But I didn't really
run into any unfair deaths, seemingly, or whatever.
Not because of that nerf that I could tell. We're still waiting on the Torbjorn nerf. I haven't touched Widowmaker yet. So, it's Overwatch.
It's Overwatch. You sound nonplussed, but it's only because we've recently been talking about Halo 5. Overwatch is still fun and great.
Yeah, no, I still love it. I probably won't touch the competitive aspect this season at all, because they are definitely going to revamp the whole thing.
It's true.
And I've read enough from enough people to find out just how aggravating and frustrating it is, and just how it's not.
I'm scared to death of that mode, man. I don't doubt any of that. Like that, I don't want to be anybody who wants to play that game competitively. I probably do not want to be in the same game with.
It's very plausible.
Let's ride this Overwatch wave into
the decline
of news items, things that caught. Hey, I'm gonna be honest and upfront with you.
Okay, do that.
Not a lot.
No. Blizzard got mad at these guys who've been making hacks for their games, and they tried to sue them once before, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was an ongoing thing.
But now they're suing them in California, which still won't matter, because when they win in California, which they probably will, it will still not matter because the company they're suing is German, and they would actually have to go and have the German government do something about it.
It's strange. You got to wonder like what they're shooting for ultimately. Like, is this just a show of good faith to the not cheating players out there? Or
no, I actually imagine that they're trying to make a point that I mean I don't disagree with it. Like on some level, modding a game is fine, but when you're modding a game where your mod directly impacts another player, I'm not okay with that.
No, yeah, these guys like their offices should burn down.
And so the hope, I think, is that Blizzard will figure out a way, or anybody will find a way to hold them accountable for impacting loss of business, loss of revenue, all that stuff, be able to shut them down and actually get support from other countries where where these hacks are a little more they're more lenient with them. You know, like Russia is never going to crack down on their hackers for this.
Right.
It's never gonna. But Germany might. But better is now when you score a basket in Overwatch, confetti comes out.
This is the thing.
That's the news.
This is the news.
That's the important part.
Have you ever scored a basket?
No.
I've tried every game without fail to get the basketball into the hoop, and
Yes.
it's never happened.
No.
But now I know when I
it does,
do, there's going to be some confetti.
Yeah, no, it's
some
going to be
cheering.
exciting. I'm going to cheer for you. I'm going to throw confetti through at my face, try and get it through my headset. It probably won't work, but
I'm not even joking. It's the update to the game I'm most excited about since it came out.
I'm not going to lie to you. When it happens, I'm going to break one of your windows and fire a t-shirt cannon at your face in celebration.
It's going to take some doing too, but I think you're dedicated enough.
I am. Okay. Don't worry if the t-shirt cannon, by the way, looks like a shotgun.
I never do. Hey, we've already talked about this.
Okay.
I'm lonely. Come over to my house.
Yes.
Sleep in my bed.
Tell you a story.
Tell me a story.
Here's a story.
Mode.
Once upon a time, Capcom was a company that used to make wonderful games where men and women from all across the world would punch each other in the face in the attempts to be the world warrior, the #1 world warrior.
I like this story.
It was a Street Fighter championship,
but I feel like I liked it better a long time ago.
Yeah, now there's still another. It's a continuing story, but I don't know if you want to hear it.
They snuck out the cinematic story mode that was supposed to come out in June. I think it came out with the whole Balrog, or shortly thereafter, the Balrog Ibuki update on the first first day that was not June.
Ibuki Rog.
Yeah. There's a trailer for it. I mean, it looks. I've heard it's not doing great and does not necessarily make good on a ton of promises, but even just watching the trailer and thinking about a Mortal Kombat like story mode, because there's a ton of Street Fighter media out there. Like there's Street Fighter movies, American and Japanese. Like there's a lot of that out there that's interesting.
There's only one Street Fighter movie.
There's only one Street Fighter movie. It's true. But seeing something in game seems like it seems even better. There's something about it, like all happening actually there. It's the same thing with the Mortal Kombat thing. Like any of the Mortal Kombat media, like seeing the story, a story like that in the actual game with the actual fighters it's like some sort of holy grail. And even just watching this trailer is like, yeah, that could be so cool. Like that's where you want it to be, and to be awesome, and to be this crazy story in it.
Well, that's where NetherRealm has. I mean, they've knocked that out of the park.
Yeah,
NetherRealm.
Is the bar too high?
NetherRealm figured out how to do the fighting game story and make it not only seamless, but it makes you it grabs you and it keeps you interested in what's going on and who you're playing and why you're getting to play all the different characters and all that stuff. It's Street Fighter has a story now. Too also.
What else? This is watch as we try and make things to talk about. The XCOM 2's third DLC came out.
It did. Shen's Last Gift. Yeah, it's got mechs in it and stuff. And the mechs do look pretty cool.
And Lily Shen, I guess she's now playable. You can send her out into battle, the engineer with the mechs.
Yeah.
Paragon got patched, like significantly.
Yeah, they changed a whole bunch of stuff. They changed a whole bunch of the visuals. They got rid of the travel mode that existed is gone now altogether.
Automatic sprint.
Yeah, so now it's an automatic sprint. They've changed some of the, and of course they did character nerfs and buffs and stuff. So,
but some of the ults are like have new elements to them completely.
Yes, they've changed some stuff. You know, they fixed some of the Muriel stuff where she could kind of teleport across the map if she really wanted to. You can't really do that as easily anymore. I know that.
Looks like matchmaking, HUD and UI. There's a ton of interface changes. It looks. That game looks good, man.
It is a pretty game. Like they have done a great job creating, turning Agora which is the name of the place the whole game takes place, turning it into like something interesting. You know, like the characters are interesting, and the way that they've built that arena it's cool, man. It's cool.
It all looks solid, man. Like from gameplay to just everything. That game should take off. How is it doing actually?
I have not played it in quite a while.
Okay.
It's been a few months since I jumped out of it.
I hear things here and there. I feel like it's catching on somewhat, but I feel like it's also in this kind of has it been officially released yet?
No, it's still in beta.
Okay.
They did just release the PS4 version. You can now is like there's a buyable PS4 version that you can buy in stores. It comes with a bunch of gold and skins and stuff. So that's available online too.
Okay.
On the PS online.
That makes more sense than I guess maybe when there's a push to like official release. Although what is even that now? I guess I don't know. I could see this catching on. It looks like they're doing all the right things, and it looks really freaking solid.
So they're gonna release it. It'll probably release sometime in a few months, is my guess. Like a full release, an actual release. I don't think it's released yet, but maybe the retail PS4 copies do count as a release. I don't know. Hey, all I tell you is that
look at all this stuff we don't know.
The guys at Epic I know they're working on it. I see KL and Steve Superville, like they're talking about it all the time, and they're putting in the effort. They want to build that game up. So I think Epic is going to throw everything they can behind it, and it's not going to go anywhere for a while. I mean, hell, look at how long Fortnite's been
that's a whole nother, like, I don't, yeah.
No, my point.
I'm scared to compare that to anything.
No, my point is that they're still, and you don't know this, but they're still throwing a ton of weight behind Fortnite. It has a lot of stuff going for it. You don't hear about it.
I don't.
And my point is that Epic still cares about the game. So I would say that if MOBAs are your thing, you're interested, check out Paragon. It's not going away anytime soon.
That's the other thing, is that it's not like Epic's a different company. Also, MOBAs aren't my thing. Like I'm saying, this all looks great. I don't want to play it. I will probably never play it, but it looks great.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I liked playing it. It was actually the first MOBA I really enjoyed. So.
As long as you agree with me, that's all I care about.
Hey, you sound just like me.
Hey, do you want to know how slow it was this week? We're going to even talk about upcoming games that were announced and have things new seemingly IPs, maybe? There's a Road Rash spiritual successor named Road Redemption.
Yeah, it's been out in early access on PC for a while.
Did you play the original Road Rash?
I have absolutely played the original Road Rash 1, 2, and 3, also Skitchin.
Wow. Tell me stories. Is there anything just beautiful connected to that?
Tons of stuff. Like I had those were awesome times with lots of friends at people's houses where we spend hours upon hours playing a combination of the Road Rash games, Skitchin, some of the NBA Live games, and like the Mutant League games.
Okay. Just
all night long. But those games were always in the mix. Like we loved playing those games.
Is it? I did not. So I'm going by just what I've seen on this trailer of the Road Redemption. The same thing though, like 4-player local. Like you're basically just Is it always on a motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just beating people up with crowbars
and baseball bats and stuff like that. Yeah. It is as simple as it looks. Like it is what it is. There's cars and stuff. You can crash. You can get knocked off your bike. All that stuff. Yeah. It was just.
The fall animation's pretty good.
Like they were hilarious. They were hilarious. It was always really funny when you could knock somebody off and then like right before a car would come on screen so that they'd fall and then the car would hit them, and it was good.
It looks like it could be really fun. I will say it has the look to a game that isn't quite tight, but stays fun. For some reason, you know.
So you kind of caught that too. It does look a little low quality, not like low, but
like they've done enough to get the basic funness of this game onto paper, onto your screen.
Yeah.
And it could be very well be. I'm kind of excited about this, actually.
No, the Road Rash games were super fun. Skitchin, I think we all, my friends and I think we all gravitated a little more towards Skitchin, which was, it was, I think it was made by the exact same people, but you were on rollerblades. So you were holding you were holding onto the backs of cars and stuff.
That's actually kind of cool.
And that game was ridiculous.
Is this where did the first one come out? Is this a Genesis?
Genesis,
okay,
I think.
right.
Yeah, that's where I played it.
That was my guess. Road Redemption is out October 15th on the PC, January 15th on console.
Yeah. That'll be one to keep an eye on for console, see what happens. Also, speaking of
speak about it.
Speaking of redemptions, on Friday,
I'll allow it.
On Friday, finally announced Red Dead Redemption will go to backwards compatibility for the Xbox.
Wait, what? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were going with the.
No.
Okay.
See,
I'm glad you brought this up.
Redemption.
I mean, I played Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, you should have. The segue comes before the news item is how it works actually technically. So you're a little late, but we're gonna roll it into something.
I think you're wrong. I think I did fine. I was right.
You're not wrong about. I probably won't play it that much unless we do some. We could do a multiplayer. We could do a hit play. Let's do a Red Redemption hit play. That'll be fun. Actually,
Possibly.
I don't own the game, so I'm not going to download it. But
yeah, I have to see if I own it still. Because if I don't
own
it, I'm not going to buy that.
But this was the question that came into my head.
Thought about that. Yes.
Redemption, Red Rover Redemption.
Send Red Bumper right over.
2.
DOS.
Or Bully 2.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say Bully 2.
Well, Bully for you.
It might be because I played Red Dead more recently than Bully. Like I played Bully before I played Red Dead.
Uh-huh.
But I would say if they gave me a choice between those two, I would say Bully 2 first, please.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
I think I will be too, but that's not.
I also don't know that. I don't know that is a game. Like we've talked about it before. I would love to. I wouldn't. Neither of us can lose in that situation. I think in the long run, because if they're going to put that game out, that title out, it's going to be great.
Yeah. That's.
But I think Red Dead Redemption lends itself to the far easier story aspect of a sequel, whereas Bully,
you got to be like, is it another year of high school? Which I want to say wasn't it the last year? No, it was. That was his last.
Yeah, I think that was his last
was
year, or maybe
do you do college? That kind of doesn't work because you need.
Because then you're just GTAing people at that point.
I would say they'd probably start over with a new protagonist and not do a continuation, which is actually what they'll probably do with Red Dead also. So
yeah, and so what I would
and
say,
every GTA. So hey, this is dumb.
Who knows? I don't know, but I would like both. But I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the easier story to put a sequel to.
And I would believe that to be the one that would come first. Hey, roll it into, where was this going?
It was going into Red Dead Redemption is coming out for backwards compatibility on Friday.
But you were going to segue it into the actual next news item and not the one we already talked about.
I was not. You somehow thought I was going to, and I don't know what you thought I was doing.
Oh, I thought you were trying to roll it back into Road Redemption, the game we just talked about.
Well, I did. By using the term redemption. But now we've
gone
I see.
So far. You Road Redemptioned.
You
segued from Road Redemption into... Okay. Now we just have nowhere to go either way.
I rode Redemption right into Red Dead.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The circle gets a square.
I will take Whoopi Goldberg for the win.
Didn't we talk about... Didn't I ask you who your favorite... Was that on
Gilbert
the show?
Gottfried.
Or was that... The Bioshock The Collection has finally been announced. You can play all those Bioshocks on September 13th. Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite.
Yeah, and they were redefinitioned.
For the
consoles, but for the PC, they are not doing any remasters because they already look as good as they ever will.
I want to say one of them's getting a remaster, but yeah, or maybe Infinite is the only one that doesn't, or something like that. Because yeah, it just looks the same, anyways. But
yeah, Bioshock 2 though, man, that's just such a boring game.
So this is why. This is the main thing that's exciting to me about this collection is
because you didn't play 2, right?
Well, I never played 2, and me and you agree that it's just an abomination. Like that game, Bioshock 1,
fantastic.
Says don't make Bioshock 2. Bioshock.
Absolutely.
Bioshock.
Tin roof. Seriously rusted. It's underwater, guys.
So I was not into Bioshock 2 just on principle. For that reason, sure, yeah. It's just, why does this exist? It's how they were going to turn it into something, even though I've heard it has its moments, but it also had multiplayer, which is like insult to injury, right? Like, why?
It was so boring.
None of us want that.
That multiplayer was, like, that was not something I enjoyed.
Completely not in this, in the Bioshock 2 in this collection.
That's, you know what? That right there sells me on getting the collection.
Right? Because I'm way more excited about Bioshock 2 now.
I might get this because Beth loved Bioshock 1. She also did not enjoy Bioshock 2. She watched me play that all the way through.
Oh, did you play Bioshock 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got the collector's edition and everything. I wasn't excited for the game so much, but I was like, okay, maybe it'll be worthwhile, and I was disappointed. The collector's edition was cool though. I actually have all the vinyl and stuff that it comes with, which is neat. Any Hauser, Beth sat down and watched Bioshock 1 and 2 while I played it, and she really loved Bioshock 1. Like, loved that story. She got into it so much so that she was like, you can't play the game until I'm here, which she very rarely does. And I played Infinite on the PC. So she never got to see it. Now I was like, I loved Infinite. I thought Infinite was great.
Me too. Yeah.
And so I'm actually kind of excited because now she'll get to see the progression there and how that worked out.
I finished the story on Infinite on 360, and I never went back to kind of clean everything else up. So I'm bummed that I can't. This isn't going to be backwards compatible, obviously. So I can't just stick it in and do it that way, but. This might just get me to hook up my 360 and suck it up.
That seems like a waste.
But I will also buy the collection though. I haven't played Bioshock 1 since I completed it, and like I said, now I'm more interested in 2. So.
For really though.
Xbox Play Anywhere launches September 13th. We already talked about that, but hey, now you have a date for it. That's the thing.
And also Yusuf Mehdi.
Yusuf,
not Misef.
Me?
You. Sif. Confirmed that every Microsoft Studios title will be Xbox Play Anywhere.
Oh, from there on out.
For all of their stuff, yeah. Anything that's produced by Microsoft will be a Play Anywhere title
until the program
inevitably fails. Yeah. Yes.
Also, there's a bunch of sales going on. The Xbox Ultimate Game Sale is on. The PlayStation Mid-Year Sale is on. We talked about the Steam Sale last week. Is that still going on?
I think it
Summer sale
ended today.
Did it end today?
I think
of course,
it ended
why
today.
wouldn't it?
Or ended? No, I'm sorry. It ended yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's today's yesterday.
Yes. And tomorrow is today.
Did you get anything from the Xbox Ultimate Game Sale?
I haven't actually looked at it. It doesn't. The only thing that popped up was Mirror's Edge for $34.
Sure.
That was the one thing I specifically looked at. Everything else I'm kind of I don't know on.
The games themselves I mean, it seems like every year they get closer to doing an actual Steam sale. Like the prices and the discounts on these games are more than I feel like they've ever done before, because that was the big thing where Microsoft's like, yeah, we're gonna do game sales, but it never gets anywhere near Steam sales, right? They still won't let people sell their games for $5 or something like that. They still, or maybe people won't sell them for that cheap. I don't know. This seems to be the closest year yet, but the games themselves I have a hard time with because I'm still the guy that can buy a disc and sell it on eBay and still make money back.
And again, I'm with you on that. I definitely prefer media almost exclusively. Like there are times when I'll go out and I'll get the digital, but I'd prefer having the disc.
But I did get something, and it wasn't even on the game sale list, but because it tells you that it's on sale for 8 days, so which is what this Ultimate Game Sale is. So it's part of the Ultimate Game Sale, but it doesn't show up anywhere. The Mortal Kombat X Combat Pack 2 is on sale for, I want to say 40% off or something like that.
Oh, cool.
And that's also the one that's attached to all the achievements. So I got it.
There you go.
I will be, when at the end of this podcast, you ask me what I'm going to be playing this week and then talking about on next week's show, I'm going to say Mortal Kombat X. Stay tuned.
Okay. I will stay tuned for the end of this show when you tell me that.
Also, with the PlayStation mid-year sale, it's not actually on sale. It's not discounted as part of the sale, but it is now on sale.
Yeah.
In the store.
Warriors.
Rockstars.
Come out and play.
Warriors game. Did you play this? I never played this.
I did. It was super fun.
I've heard it was super fun.
Really, really good.
It also now makes a lot more sense because anytime anybody ever talked about the Warriors video game, I thought about that really lame, like the Xbox. No, that's also, I don't think that was lame.
It was not
the Xbox like arcade one. You remember? It was like it came out like the same time as I want to say like the Watchmen game too. It had that very same feel. Maybe
yeah,
I
kind of vaguely remember that.
I want to say it was a lame adventure or brawler or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, now I know there's a good one out there that is the one that people are referring to.
Especially if you like the movie, like they nailed that aesthetic.
Are you gonna get it on your PS4?
Probably not, but I don't know.
Did you look at any of the sales stuff on PS4?
I have not actually touched that. No. So I will interject here.
Okay.
You know what? No, never mind. I'm not. No,
I think it's too late.
Sorry, no. No, I have not looked at anything from the PS4 stuff.
That was your introduction. Just that.
No, I want you to edit that part out because I don't want to do that.
No, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. Except I'd actually like you to edit that out.
No. Okay, sorry. No, I get it now. Sorry, my fault. I don't even remember. Edit what?
Evo 2016 is still growing. We got 14,000 registers as a new high this year. Great. Stupid podcast is over. Everything sucks. The games are coming out. Edit that.
What? You don't like Evo?
No, I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you what other games are coming out this week.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for asking. No, I'll edit it. Oh,
you're welcome.
I'll edit it in. Don't worry.
Okay. Hey. What about games this week? When do they come out?
That's good. Hold on. I'm working it back in. Before and go.
And clip.
On the 7th, Play Dead's Inside. That's been out for everything else coming out on PC.
Still need to pick that up.
Okay, that was my question. Hey. That's super efficient if you just answer my question while I'm asking it to you. Mm-hmm. Why didn't we think about this before?
I don't know.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
What time is it?
Still.
That's all right.
Sorry. Let's try again. Look, I'm still getting into the groove of thinking about what you're going to say ahead of time.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
What did you do in the bathroom?
It works. Yes,
man.
All right.
The 8th is Carmageddon Max Damage for Xbox One, PS4. I feel like is that
nope.
Did you put no? Okay. Also on the 8th is Hawken for PS4.
On the PC.
On the The 12th
I played it on the PC.
is okay. Oh, I see you're answering. All right. So now you're answering questions I'm not even asking. This is like ultra efficient.
Yeah.
The 12th is that Ghostbusters game that looks highly suspect and will probably suck all of the everything. That's my prediction. For PC, PS4, Xbox One.
It
also
does not
on
look
the
like
12th
a game I will play.
is the Song of the Deep, that Insomniac GameStop collab.
Yeah. It sounds like this. Oh, yeah. Song of the Deep.
It's catching fire. Hey, so what between now and next week, when we're sitting before microphones, will you say that you have played truthfully?
South Park, more of the Stick of Truth.
Didn't make the show this week. Is it still?
I
you
know.
guys doing all right?
Yeah, it's there was a rough week. I didn't get to play a ton. Although I will say, gigantic Kardashian Nazi fetus baby thing was really funny to fight. That was very hilarious.
Funny to listen to.
Yeah, it was a giant Nazi fetus. Such a weird game.
What?
I will.
I don't know if you follow Kim Kardashian on Twitter.
I try not to.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's. So there'll be that. Definitely Overwatch, and we this week Games with Gold was Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and I never played it, so I might try that.
Do we want to do that for the hit play tomorrow?
Possibly
At 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, possibly. The other thing I'm going to be doing this week, though, that will definitely impact the games that I'm playing and how much I'm doing, is the good bet that I will be building a computer this weekend.
Oh, did some of your parts arrive in the mail?
Many of them did. I'm still waiting on some for this weekend, and in theory, I might have a computer. So we'll see what happens.
It's crazy.
Hey, Ryan. What about you? What are you going to play next week that we haven't heard all about?
Oh, man, I haven't thought about this.
You haven't? I bet
every
you're never
week,
gonna
I
have
just
an
don't
idea.
know. I finished Pac-Man, so who cares about that?
Pac-Man?
Rocket League's done. Never going to play that again.
League?
I'm sorry, what games am I not going to play? Or
No. No, I think what games are you going to play?
Mortal Kombat X, Combat Pack X.
Now, who is in Mortal Kombat X Combat Pack 2? Is this the one with...
It's not Jason. Jason came before. It was Michael Myers?
Is this the one with Leatherface?
Leatherface. Yes, sorry. That's, the alien, a Baraka alien, in fact. Like, it's an alien that took over a Tarkatan.
Oh, I thought you meant Barack Alien Obama.
Yes, thank you. Would be fantastic.
It's all, and then Barack Obama's head comes out and he's like, "So we just want to let you know this fight, it's gonna be fair, but somebody's got to win, and I think Barack Alien Obama is gonna win." It's all whack.
I love politics all over again. I can't remember who the fourth dude is. Oh, it's a Cyborg, who's got three Borgs about him.
Yeah. Sector, Cyrax, and Beverly.
Crusher.
See? How great would that be? Her fatality would just be smashing their head.
I don't know why. No, she took the Hippocratic Oath. She couldn't do that.
Yeah, she'll come out and that's what she'll say. She'll say, "Hippocratic Oath." Crush.
Okay. All right. Fixed. That's all I got. I need to throw another game in there. It's sometimes Wolfenstein. I want it to be Wolfenstein, but
perhaps it should be Rainbow Six, so you can teach me how to play it.
Wow, we'll play that a little bit. Let's do it for that. I think we should do. We haven't played as much Overwatch. I think we should just be doing weird backwards compatible games for hit plays. Just weirdness.
All right. Let's play Rygar. Trojan. Contra.
Let's one more question and answer. One more simultaneous question and answer to wrap up the show here. Ready?
Okay.
What is that growth?
0 hit points.